Nick Finn on comms, and I'm joined by Eddie Barker. How are you, Eddie?
Good afternoon, Nick. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, he's a bit of a phenom, this guy. He comes with such an incredible following. He's over in the country, he's playing over in Mauritius, and I think he's been over here playing a few money matches. He's here with his manager doing a bit of a tour round, so it's great to have him in the event, and great to see him. I've heard so much about him, not had a chance to commentate on him, so quite excited to get my first look.
Yeah, he did very well at Mauritius by all accounts. He won the hayball category. Along the way, he beat our very own Chris.
Did you ever wonder what it's like to see yourself as a pirate, a rock star, or literally anyone else? No? Just me?
And it'll be very smelling. So, fantastic victory there for Ceasar, and it'll be very interesting to see how he adapts to the sort of smaller balls, the smaller table, but I'm sure he's played plenty of it so far.
Yeah, hails from Uganda. Murad. I think Murad comes from around the Ormsburg area. I'm sure people on chat will know him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's from that area of the world.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be another tough test here for Ceasar. Obviously, he definitely could have had an easier opener than what he had yesterday, because Alex Cameron is one hell of a player, as he proved. And maybe an unknown fact here, he actually won the match yesterday. He wasn't even wearing his own trousers.
Yeah, that's right. He did. The match was delayed slightly because he turned up in shorts. All the challengers are allowed to play in shorts over this weekend, but not so in the main arena. He obviously wasn't aware, so he had to go borrow a pair of trousers off someone.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I borrow your trousers?
Yeah, no, I watched all the Ceasar versus Alex game yesterday. I was actually sat just behind Ceasar, and he definitely showed signs of what he can do on the English 8-ball table. Just one or two little mistakes that maybe cost him in the long run, but Alex was very fluent, very efficient, and he punished any mistake that was made. So let's see how he gets on today. But I must say that was an excellent start there by Ceasar. Great break. He took it out with no hesitation at all.
Yeah, Murad's only played one match this weekend. He lost in his opening game in the last one, 28 in the first event. So this is the second event. One he'll most certainly want to win. He won't want two losses and an early bath. So important to get himself on the board early, isn't it, Eddie? But that's not going to be the start he wants. That's a dry break.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, Nick. Yeah, I think Murad's got some pedigree. I know that he's played some money matches in the past around about the northwest region against some excellent players, and I think he's had his fair share of success. Don't know him too well myself, but I believe he used to play represent his country at junior level. So if he's playing at tier 1 as well, he's going to be an excellent player. So let's just see how we get on. Obviously at the moment Ceasar's dominating the table, and we get to see how Murad can get on, but let's see what Ceasar can do with this opportunity.
Yeah, a little bit tricky with the red ball being down here towards, let's say this ball towards the bottom left hand pocket, but he deals with that efficiently and effectively, opens up that pocket. Now he's got a plant. I think he can just get through to the angle to play the plant to top left, which should be most of the hard work done in this frame, Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. If this one goes in nicely, then which it has done, I was going to say you expect Ceasar to take this opportunity. He's just left this slightly awkward queuing, but if he can just dispatch this yellow into the bottom left hand pocket, then can't see any issues whatsoever. Just needs to mind his work on this shot. You know, bear in mind this is only his second match on these tables as well. But Murad comes to the table, and he probably could have asked for an easier opening opportunity because he hasn't really got a decent chance of a clearance himself, and I can't see any safety in sight.
Now, I was wondering if he's forced into opening his account with the double, the ball just to the right of the cue ball now. So he's seen a different pattern.
Yeah, if he decides to go aggressive, there's two key shots he's got to play in the top left-hand corner. He'll be trying to play the skill shot, so play the red onto the yellow and follow the red down. And he'll still need a double on the red on the left-hand side, so that's if he decides to go aggressive. That would probably be the way.
And that's why I mentioned it, Eddie, because he looked like he was fairly perfect on the double when he came to the table on that first shot. Maybe just feels that he wants to get his arm going and pot a couple of balls before he comes back for that double, just to kind of open the account, really.
Yeah, and there was a shot when he first came to the table. He could have played the red in the top left-hand corner. Could have played loss of turn or skill shot in the top left-hand corner. Screw the cue ball over onto the yellow on the top right, and if it was just a loss of turn, if he could have left the cue ball up somewhere near that top right-hand corner, then it probably wouldn't have left Ceasar much of a first shot because there was a lot of traffic in the way of the bottom left-hand corner. But he's decided to go aggressive. The issue he faces is he's left his two problems till last. Now, for me now, I'm playing the double now because you're perfect on it in the corner pocket. And to be fair, I'd actually probably try the triple because you've got a big pocket there in the bottom left-hand corner. So you could either go for the double, and if he misses it, miss it to the thin side, or just go all out for the treble now.
He's gonna try and move it.
That's a good effort. That's a good shot.
That's a very good shot. Yeah.
He's played that nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
And he's left himself an angle, whereas he can just drop it in and land perfect on the skill shot. And the issue with the skill shot here is the red is quite close to the yellow, and you find that when the object balls are close to each other, it's a little bit more difficult to play the skill shot. You just want sort of like round about 8 to 10 inches probably difference between them. That's probably only about 6. It's a bit close.
It looks fairly straight, but the yellow's not hanging in the jaws, is it? He needs to get that red moving. They're a little bit more difficult. The yellow just inch and a half away from the pocket.
But if he doesn't play for the skill shot, I can't see much in the way of a double or a treble that he can play for. He's trying to move it. I don't think that shot was ever on. But funnily enough, he's still on the skill shot.
Yeah.
But the problem he's got now is, in order to get on the 8 ball, he needs to play this at pace, and the skill shot just won't work at pace because the red will sort of stun into the yellow rather than hit it and sort of like top spin through into the pocket. So you need to play this shot sort of medium pace so that it doesn't stun the yellow when it hits it. So if you can get round on the black here and play the skill shot, that would be a fantastic shot, but I can't see it happening.
Yeah, it was a big ask, for sure.
Yeah, it's left Ceasar an opportunity that he would definitely expect to get this probably around about 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, it's been a tough start really for Ceasar. I know there's such a weight of expectation on him, and there were so many people. We had over 3,500 people tuning in yesterday to watch him play, and playing in the arena. The arena was packed. I've never seen so many people around the arena. There was a real sense of anticipation to see him play, and that comes with its own pressure, doesn't it?
Well, it does, and I'm sure that Ceasar is very used to playing in arenas with people watching, and a weight of expectation on him representing Africa and Uganda, and also wanting to do well for himself. But to play in the arena straight out into the lion's den, and you're playing English 8 ball with smaller balls on a table that you're probably playing on for the first time. I'm sure he's played on English 8 tables before, but Rasson Apollo plays differently, and he's got all eyes on him, and the cue ball, the cue ball control is completely different playing from Hayball balls going to the English 8 ball balls. It's So he's out there, everybody's watching him, and he's probably not quite comfortable with the positional play just yet.
Yeah.
And that's probably what maybe cost him yesterday.
So the perfect start for him. I mean, yes, a missed ball in amongst that with hamper queuing, but he got a second bite of the cherry, and he's 2 frames to 0 up. This, of course, a race to 7 in the Challenger, race to 8 in the Pro. And going to be a lot of happy people watching on seeing their man 2 frames to 0 up.
So, interesting fact for you. I actually introduced myself to Ceasar yesterday because I've never met him. And I saw a Facebook post that was put on Wednesday saying that Ceasar's in the country, and I could see in the background that he was at Euston Station and he was getting the train to Manchester Piccadilly from platform 14. I was up in London on Wednesday working. I'd had a meeting. I was getting the train home at almost exactly the same time from platform 13.
Oh, right.
And so I was on the platform next to him at almost exactly the same time.
Great.
And I never saw him because it's obviously packed up there.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was so uncanny that could happen.
Yeah, small world, eh? So here we go. Frame 3. The Scorpion with the cut break. Nicely timed cut break as well, you've got to say. He got lots of balls moving, but that's going to be another dry.
Yeah, I mean, the cue ball was tracking towards the right-hand centre pocket there, and he got stopped by a ball on the way. So, you know, you could say he's a little bit fortunate, but then again, he's gone dry. Wasn't too bad a break. So, gives Murad first time he's come to the table, first in a frame.
Random Acuity asking, can anyone turn up to Bolton Football Ground and play in the flyers? Yes, you can, sir. Absolutely. There's flyers that literally roll on, roll off on the top floor. There's a wonderful sports bar up there. I think they've got 10 tables, and it's literally as soon as one finishes, the next one starts. So please do bring your queue over and join in with the action, because this is a fabulous venue, and there's a really good atmosphere around the room as well. That's a great room up there in that sports bar overlooking the pitch. Yeah,
everything about the venue is fantastic. So Murad had a first dibs in this frame, and he sort of had a bit of a swipe at that one. Not too much control. He was trying to break up the yellow and the red on the left hand side, and if he would have managed the pot and managed to split them up, then he would have been in with a good chance, but he missed it. He's given Ceasar a chance, so he'll be looking to split these two up in this shot. He's just caught that on the thick side, and probably just potted it towards the near jaw rather than the far jaw, which the cue didn't come down, but he still managed to split them, but not in the way intended. So he hasn't landed on anything, so just wondering, maybe looking at a safety shot here, and if you can maybe get the cue ball down into the bottom left hand area of the table, that wouldn't be too bad. You know, he's decided to go aggressive. Is he playing a plant? And we could get through to the cutting angle. That's a lovely controlled shot.
Perfect weight.
Excellent pace.
Perfect weight. Any harder?
Didn't look like he can get through to that left-hand side of that ball, did it?
No. Any harder, and he wouldn't have been on this one to bottom left. So, a bit of traffic to navigate here. 2 cushions and back out into the open table. He's just taking his medicine and coming to the gap. That's nice. That's really nice.
He strokes the ball through nice and smooth, nice and gently. This cloth is incredibly fast, so anybody overhitting it will be exaggerated on these cloths, but it doesn't look like Ceasar's got that problem. He's got a very, very gentle touch.
He does the simple things really well, doesn't he? I mean, you know, sometimes we oversimplify the game. It's easy to, especially sat at home watching it, you could think, well, you know, this is a dolly finish, but you're out there, you're in front of the cameras, you've got a lot of people watching, there's a lot of people crowded around the table watching on, and you know, sometimes makes the simple things quite hard. So
it does indeed. Yeah, but Ceasar's took them lovely. I mean, there is a difference between this table and the main arena table. The main arena table, which is directly next to this table, just cordoned off. That is sort of like all eyes on, actually in the arena. But obviously, I'm imagining we'll probably be getting plenty of viewers on YouTube for this match.
Yeah, lots of people watching, lots of people tuning in. I ask a couple of things of you guys, if you'd be so kind. Firstly, it'd be great if you could share this to your social media channels. I know there's lots of people tuning in from Africa, and I know there's loads over there that would like to watch this game. Please let them know that it's happening. So share it to your social media. The other thing I ask is that you just give us a thumbs up. The like button is just below your viewing panel. There's a little thumbs up. Just hit that for us, because it helps so much with us to promote this stream. 8-ball going in makes no difference whatsoever, apart from the fact I'm not sure it spots. He might just have to spot it high. The yellow might just be in the way. He's asking the referee to do it because it's a bit of a close one. He doesn't want to make a mistake and foul, so doing the right thing there. But that was a decent break.
Yes, it was, but it's
a bit of a cluster there though, Eddie, isn't it?
Yeah, again, it's not come out ideal for Murad. He just every time he comes to the table, he seems to be looking at a problem. There's an opportunity here. If he was to go yellows, he could potentially play the yellow down the bottom of the table and then try and split into that cluster. Doesn't have to do him too hard, just a gentle nudge would open him up. Then he's more than likely to be on the yellow in the bottom left-hand corner. That's an option. Doesn't look like he fancies that. Nice 3-ball plant he's found there. So he's still got the problem of the cluster. So he probably needs to put one of these reds in the middle pocket and then leave an angle off the other red to try and go into them.
Yeah, it's almost one of those clusters that you see in snooker, isn't it? When you've got that little cluster in and around the 8-ball area. It's one of those, if you can cannon into the gap between the two yellows, you push both reds out of the way, and you'd be unlucky not to be on one.
That would be the perfect scenario. If he goes into these at pace, just be careful of the 8-ball. Could go in the bottom left-hand pocket. Luckily,
so he's hit them full in the face. He's hit that first yellow full in the face. Which
he had slightly too much angle.
Yeah.
So he could have played that a little bit more gently with left-hand side, and it probably would have followed on further through the shot and gone into those yellows. But with that, you probably can't afford to put any pace on it. The more pace you put on it, the wider the cue ball comes out.
Yeah. If he hits that gap, the yellow's part, and he's more likely to have a shot. But he is through the gap here.
Red off the red into the bottom right. Oh, no.
Oh, good effort.
Do you know what? He's played that shot, which wasn't a bad effort, but I thought he could have played the red that he played off of the red below it into the bottom right-hand pocket. Probably stood a better chance of potting it.
We've said about the fact that we're coming across playing in the pro arena. It's a different cloth in here. We've said about Ceasar. Actually, it's pretty tough for Murad as well, isn't it? Because he's been playing this weekend on all of the challenger tables. We've got the super final on it still. They're going to change it ready for the next event. So he's come across playing on it, in front of the cameras, and a lot of people watching. For him as well, there's it comes with a different pressure.
Of course, this is maybe not a new experience from Murad, but maybe one he wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Being on the challenger event, you generally just get on the TV tables on the semi-finals or the finals, but you can flip that on his head and just say what an opportunity for him. And he's up against one of Africa's top players. There's a lot of interest in Ceasar and what he's doing in the pool world. So it's really a great opportunity for Murad to put his name out there.
Sorry to interrupt you, Eddie, but that was a cracking little shot there from Ceasar. It just played it perfect pace, just a lovely little gentle shot to develop this yellow.
Yeah, and the first shot of the visit was a nice shot as well. I didn't want to interrupt you, but he played a lovely shot to develop the yellow and the black, which was out of commission at the time. So yeah, he looks like he's cueing very freely. He's very relaxed. Obviously, yesterday's experience would have put him in good stead. I know he didn't get the victory, but he's becoming more comfortable. So if he continues to play the way he's doing, then good luck for the rest of the field.
I love the way he cues. I agree with you.
He just sort of floats around the table, doesn't he? He's sort of like there's no...
Very understated, isn't he?
Yeah.
Very understated.
Nice, relaxed cue action. I like it.
There's no kind of flair or pizzazz, but he just doesn't need it because he's had the cue ball on a string. Just doing his job really well.
Nice
really
finish.
Well. All the Scorpion at the moment. He's leading the charge.
It is, yeah. And you were saying about all the guys from Africa and Uganda that might be watching this match right now. I mean, I play for England in the World Championships, and wouldn't it be great to have a team from Uganda out there?
Amazing, yeah.
That would be really good.
Absolutely.
If anybody that's in the Ugandan Pool Association is watching, then
not too far away either, is it?
Get it sorted.
August 26th it starts, does it?
Yeah, it's in Ennis in Ireland, and yeah, it's the end of August, early September. So there'll be, I think there's quite a lot of teams this time. Maybe there's over 16 teams, I believe, this time. So we'll see how we go. But I know that South Africa regularly put in a pool team. I know Senegal have from time to time put pool teams in. So let's try and up that African contingent. I'm sure they'll have a good team with Ceasar at the helm as well.
He breaks off in frame 5. And, we haven't yet seen the best of Murad Iqbal. It'd be nice to see him just get off the blocks. I know a lot of people would just love to see a one-sided game here, and they're all cheering on their man. But from a neutral spectator, it'd be nice to see a competitive game and see Murad get into this game. Loads of people go, no.
Yeah, I don't think Ceasar hit that break quite as he would have wanted to, but he's potted a ball, and yellows are the favourable colour. It's just whether or not he can get the first yellow down. So maybe the yellow he's closest to up to the top left might be his shot, or maybe just the yellow that's by the top left pocket would probably be the one. Just needs to control this first shot. If he can go from there, then there's a really good opportunity here. He found the gap. There's always a gap.
There is always a gap, and that's a very useful gap. Otherwise, he was having to take on a tricky little plant. Maybe not tricky to pot, but easy to lose the yellow. So that's very helpful.
He'll be wanting to get rid of these two down the bottom first. So maybe this one, if he can just top it in off the side cushion, or is he's looking to go low on the
I was just wondering
cable?
whether there was any value in chipping the other ball in first while you're on it. I mean, it doesn't matter now. He's landed on it pretty well.
Yeah, it looks like he's on it nicely.
Yeah. I was going to say, only because he was on it on the last shot, and he had quite a nice angle to come back around the table for the other one. He's going to come back for it though.
He hasn't even looked at the yellow down the bottom. I think he's on that now, and I'd probably favour taking that now.
Yeah, me too. Just taking he tried to take the plant. It was very unlucky. How's that yellow not dropped?
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't dropped, to be fair.
It's another leave for Murad, isn't it? He comes back. He comes to the table again. He's not had a chance to get his hand on the table and have an easy start. The last time he came, he had a smelly finish, and this is another one.
It is, yeah. It's not easy at all, this finish. The issue was obviously the red in the top right hand pocket. If he can leave the red that he's closest to, that could be a ball that he can use to knock the red out in the top right hand pocket. Just needs to get sort of somewhere near it on the right hand side, leave an angle.
The red just below the 8 ball will go off the 8. That one kind of takes care of itself. Like you say, it's at the top of the table. These balls at the bottom kind of link up to one another. They're not too bad. Let's have another look. Now, the key here again, Eddie, is we saw him come unstuck in that early frame because he left his problems until last. He's probably going to have to leave them until last again here, isn't he?
Yes, he probably is. It's just the way that he landed on that ball down the cushion there. You really wanted to be sort of able to get the cue ball out rather than be straight on it, but he couldn't afford to play the first red any harder in the middle pocket. So it's still not easy at all, and he could play this red into the bottom right hand pocket, then leave an angle on the red into the left centre to then get up to the red that's near the balk line to give yourself the angle. But then it's then getting down to the red by the black. But if you're going to miss the pot, then obviously it's then all your options are gone. So I think you'll probably see Ceasar here just coming off the right hand side cushion, just nudging into the plant. The yellow will drop,
A couple of guys asking if there is a on match clock, but there's a shot clock. So there's a referee just out of shot, and he's got a tablet in his hand. We're on a 45-second clock. Neither of the players are playing anything like slow. There's a bit of an issue with that top pocket, isn't there? The balls.
Yeah, I've noticed that a couple of times.
Yeah, it's happened a few times over the weekend. One seems to just get stuck in there. Players having to help them on their way. Unusual. Maybe just the line has just set
Mr.
wrong.
Cadbury's parrot in there, is it?
Yeah. Cue shot coming. Again, just plays it totally within himself. Doesn't try and get too cute on it. It's lovely.
Just let the left-hand side do the work, and it just got it into a nice little position there for him. So this is a perfect angle. Just got the yellow, white round off 2 cushions. Absolutely beautiful. So it's all Ceasar Chandiga at the moment.
Yes, indeed. Chandiga leading now 5 frames to 0. Needs 2 more. Murad Iqbal needs to find his feet. He needs to just get that first frame on the board, settle down.
And there would have been pressure on Ceasar in this match, because obviously he's come up all the way over from Uganda, and he's just come off the back of a massive hayball victory in the Commonwealth Billiards Championships in Mauritius. And he's come over, he's lost his first game, in the whole eyes of the world are watching. So now, you know, if he was to lose this game, it would, you know, he wouldn't have been very happy with that at all. But it's so there's pressure to get this victory, and he doesn't look like he's got any pressure on him whatsoever. He's playing so fluently. So Murad needs a ball.
How? Explain to me, Eddie, how that's gone right, because that is crazy.
I can explain that to you quite easily. That's what's known as the ball gods not being on your side.
Dear me. McQuay Adam was asking what's the difference between Challenger Series and Pro Series. So basically it's like the setup is like a football league. So you've got the pro section, which Eddie is part of. So there's your top 64 players. That's your kind of Premier League. And then there's 4 Challenger tiers below. Challenger 1, 2, 3 and 4. Each of the Challenger tiers has 128 players in it. So a big old field, Eddie? I mean, it's huge.
That's a good description of it.
Almost 600 players in this section. And the Challenger Series it's got kind of a fluid ranking. So if you win an event, you could get promoted and find yourself in the next tier after one event. It's not done by the season. It can happen after 1 or 2 events. So that kind of finds you out if you're in the wrong. You know, if you're in Challenger 4 and you're too good for it, you're going to get found out and get promoted to Challenger 3 quite quickly. So this is Challenger 1, and Challenger 1, the top, I think 8 players, or is it 16? I'm not sure.
I believe it should be 8 players.
So the top 8 players get promoted into the pro ranks, and the bottom 8 get demoted into Challenger Tier 1. So it's just a promotion, demotion, exactly the same way as you have in football.
Yeah, no, you described that quite well, Nick. So I'm quite well qualified to comment on it, because I actually started my Ultimate Pool career in the Challenger Series.
Yeah.
It's just, obviously, with the evolution of Ultimate Pool over the last few years, more and more people coming into it. It has developed, and there's more players now. So yeah, generally, here's what Nick said. It's the Pro Series is 64 players, and then there's 4 tiers of 1 to 8. Top 8 should qualify from the Challenger Tier 1 to the professional ranks, which should be every player's goal. And during the season, it's sort of like a dynamic ranking system. So if you start off in Tier 3, but then you win the Tier 3 events, you could certainly end up in Tier 2 in the next event in the same season, and so on and so on. So it is a fluid, dynamic ranking system, and the better players will rise to the top. But it is 8 players that qualify. However, obviously there are certain, every year you're going to get some players that drop off or do something different, and when they do that, then obviously you have to go down the ranking list, the pecking order. So you might find some players who are a little bit further down the ranking list that do qualify.
There's a nice shot from Murad. Just plays the loss of turn, hides the cue ball in behind Snookers.
That was a nice shot. That was a really good tactical shot, and I think that's what he's needed to do, because
Yeah, just slow it down a bit.
Yeah,
just get it a bit more attritional and ask the question. You know, he's in control in this table. He's got 6 balls on the table. There's a few people here getting stuck into Murad in the chat, which is a bit unfair. Like, this guy is number 62 in all of the rankings of the Challengers, so 62 out of over 500 players.
Yeah.
You know, this guy is a proper player. He's been brought into an environment that's quite alien to him. So, you know, it's a bit unfair to judge him on what you've seen so far. He's not really had that many open chances, Eddie.
The balls haven't gone kindly for him, you know, and that is Paul sometimes. You know, he's made 1 or 2 shots that he'd probably want to take again, but so far they're really good chances, and a lot of it's to do with his break. Has gone to Ceasar, and he's took them nicely. That last shot that Murad played, I would have liked to have seen him play the yellow in the top right hand corner, just plant it as a loss of turn onto the red, and that would have got rid of one of Ceasar's reds. He could have blocked the open red that Ceasar's got and forced Ceasar into maybe playing the red on the right hand side cushion to develop Murad's yellow.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Oh, he split him up as well.
What a shot. Oh, my goodness me.
Is that shot of the tournament?
What have we just seen there? That is absolutely ridiculous.
Wow. Oh, well, I think even Ceasar's going to be really happy with that. He's played the red off the red into the top left, and the way the cannons come out and the way the balls are developed from that shot, he's more than happy with that one, I'd say. But it's a great shot, though, you must say.
That's
just
ridiculous.
the vision and the execution. Got to give him 10 out of 10 for that.
He deserved them to come out plumb. Brilliant.
He did. And Murad must have been sat in his seat thinking, well, I haven't left you much here, because it was only about 2 minutes ago, Nick, you were saying that Murad's got full control of the frame.
That is a crazy finish. What a shot. 6-0. Needs one more. A few of the people were predicting a 7-0 win here for Ceasar. You're on track at the moment. Sadly, we can't give you an action replay of that shot. You lucky people, you're watching on YouTube, so you can literally go back and action replay it for yourselves. You just need to go back a few seconds and watch it all over again, which is exactly what I'm doing at the moment.
I think we'll be seeing some reposts of that shot.
Oh, for sure.
All over social media.
For sure.
Ceasar has arrived.
And a little bit of fortune there for that red to come down and kick out the other one, but let's be honest, he deserved that little bit of luck. It was a great shot.
So Ceasar's turn to have some misfortune this time. In off the break, and as so often is the case, Murad is presented with a chance that he would probably have preferred to have when it was in the first couple of frames. He's now 6-0 down, and this is really his first really good opportunity of the match. So he's got a choice of reds or yellows.
Yeah, some pretty hard lines when your first decent chance is 6-0 down, eh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Reds initially look better for me, but then you look at the red on the left-hand side, near the three yellows on the yellow near the middle pocket, and that red's a little bit tricky to get on, so this is why he's elected to go for yellows. So from a neutral's point of view, it would be nice to see Murad get a frame on the board. Nobody likes to see anybody get a whitewash.
Nobody wants the donut.
And it's an opportunity for Murad to show people what he actually can do. That's a nice shot. The only ball he could have found it tricky to get on was this yellow on the right hand side, and he's played that really nicely. This plant, just got to be a little bit careful. If he plays the plant, the first yellow may just flick off the second yellow and just stick on that side cushion just to make it a little bit more tricky for him. So he needs to take care here. Oh, he's got it too thin. And Ceasar, Chandiga, you could not ask for a better chance to wrap this up 7-0.
Yeah, what we've seen of him so far, this is hard to imagine how he misses from here. He's been...
And he's got a choice of 3 starters.
He's just been quietly consistent, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still got that red on the left-hand side, but I can't see it causing any problem at all. It's just something, that's really the only positional shot he has to play in. If he plays the red into the bottom left now, he can leave a nice angle on the red into the right centre. So then just stun him behind that red on the left-hand side if he wants to. Just to leave the white around about where the red is. It's still okay. So that's what I imagine he does here. Probably just screw the cue ball, stun the cue ball in between the yellow and the red.
Well, assuming Ceasar's going to get these. One more ask from you guys before you leave us. Please do give this channel a like. Give this stream a like. There's a lot of people watching, and not many of you have clicked the thumbs up. So either you don't like what you're seeing, or you just can't be bothered to press the button. Please, just give us a like. It'll just take you a second. Really does help us promote this channel.
White round of 3 cushions for the red. Oh, if that goes, he'll be more than happy. Does it go?
I'm not
does
sure it does.
Past the red?
You look at the body language. I'm thinking that doesn't. I think he's going to have to play an awkward plant here. He may just squeeze in, but I don't think so. It was the plant.
Yeah, the plant wasn't easy. Probably still expected Ceasar to get it.
Unusually there, Eddie. He just seemed to rush that a little bit. He just got down and played it, whereas he's taken a little extra time over the other ones. So.
Yeah, the first time this match he actually overhit a shot. The positional shot round of 3 cushions was the first time he's actually overhit it. He's been very comfortable with the place at the table. But yeah, here's Murad getting his first frame on the board. And he's not giving up. Fair play to Murad Iqbal.
Gets himself on the board, and that's nice to see. He'll feel much happier about life. Just saying, nobody wants a 7-0 defeat when they're out there in the arena. I know lots of guys watching would have happily seen it. But, yeah, it's nice.
You can't have everything.
Nice to get him on the board. He's a real gentleman, this guy, and deserved a frame. So, is it going to be the comeback, Eddie? It's got to start somewhere.
Stranger things have happened.
We have seen it. I'm not going to say that it's on the cards here, but because it does need a bit of a turnaround from Murad. But
yeah, because Ceasar will be kicking himself there, because Ceasar will generally knock those balls in 99 times out of 100. So I'll just be eating away at him a little bit, and if Murad can do a break dish here, and it just keeps him in the seat that bit longer, you never know how momentum can swing in this game.
Well, if he gets a break dish here, it just starts to ask the question, doesn't it? Then then Ceasar's just sat there thinking, I had my chance to put this one away. And I mean, it's an old cliche, but the hardest frame to win is the one that gets you over the line, the last one.
Yeah, that's right. And Murad needs to be taking care of his issue down the bottom there, that red on the top cushion, ASAP. Because as long as that red's there, it's always going to be tricky to get on that red and then get on the black.
Do you think? Yeah, you're right. I mean, the 8 ball clearly goes to top left.
And it goes in the right centre as well.
Right centre, I was going to say, yeah.
But, you don't really want to be playing it in that pocket.
No, that's not a nice shot to play. So, again, interesting to see his plan here, his route.
so one good positional shot required here. Could open up this clearance here from Murad. Personal preference where you want to put the cue ball, but I'm probably playing this just with left hand side, just to bounce it off the right hand side cushion. Probably take it in and out of the left hand side cushion in the yellow round about where the bault line is. That's a bit strong to me.
Well, is he on it?
Yeah, he's on it. It's just not quite where he would have wanted to be, because I think he has to now play. He either has to play the red up to the bottom right, which I think
though, Eddie,
looks like he's lining up.
This is
Is he playing to the bottom right?
tough.
Or is he playing it
Looks
the
like
middle?
he's queuing it to middle.
Playing it to the bottom
He'll
right.
play the bottom right.
Yeah, so
Ouch.
not the deal, but can Ceasar get through to the yellow? It looks like that could be very close to that 8 ball.
I think he can. I think he can get through to the yellow in bulk. And then the question is whether the yellow passes the red down to bottom right. I mean, there's all kinds of work to do here, isn't there, Eddie? I mean, the one good thing for Ceasar is he's going to have time on his side. He's got all the time in the world now to just move his balls out. Just having these 2 on the table.
Yeah, if I'm Ceasar here, I'm not moving this yellow.
No.
Because this is a nice little safety blanket for him. As soon as he moves this, he exposes the 8 ball for Murad. That puts extra pressure on this clearance.
Yeah, key shot coming here, isn't it? If he pots this, it looks like he's left an angle where he's going to pot and try and cannon. He's going to take the one to middle next. Probably going to try and come back for that similar angle. Yeah, wide angle to take this one to bottom left and cannon into these 2 yellows. So make or break on this shot.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot, and he doesn't have to play this with too much pace now, because it looks like the cue ball is probably going into the left hand side, or as we look at it, the lower side of the yellow that's nearest the centre pocket, which will then automatically take it onto the yellow that's lower than that. So hopefully he should be able to develop both yellows in this shot. Just got to concentrate on the pot. Do not take your eyes off the ball.
And he didn't.
Played it lovely. So we've still got the issue of the yellow on the right hand side.
I think, I mean, he's having a look at it again now, but I think he's decided that it goes. If not, he can double it.
Yeah, it's very tight. I think he might be trying to put this yellow into the top right, leave an angle on the yellow to then come up and develop it.
He's
He's
already
missed it.
caught the knuckle as well.
Yes, he did.
And actually, if he potted that yellow, he didn't leave it too bad, because he could have dropped that the one he's near now into the middle and either left the double or topped it through for the yellow down the rail. But a miss.
Yeah, and I think Ceasar's got to be quite happy. I think he's made the black. I don't think it can go into the top right hand pocket now. So otherwise, Murad would probably have been tempted to play the double.
Yeah.
And then go up for the red along the top cushion there. But
Looks like he's ducking for cover at the top of the tables, and he's half ball off the red and just trickling behind the yellow and the 8 ball.
yeah, he doesn't want to play the red. If he's going long double, then I don't think this is the right shot.
A lot of risk in that.
The problem with that one is he's always going to leave Ceasar the easy snooker now. So
Yeah, he gets to develop his tricky yellow, gets to open up the 8 ball,
yeah,
and Murad's going to be parked in behind that 8.
yeah, it was a bit ambitious there from Murad.
I think he has left. It's not quite as tight to the 8 as he might have liked. He's left the one cushion escape.
He's got the one cushion. He might be able to come round if he plays it with left hand side just before the centre pocket. Maybe able to play it off 2 or 3 cushions in behind the pair of them. But yeah, no, he's probably he's in.
Oh, he's
Tricks in
found the
between
pocket.
there.
He's found the pocket.
Yeah.
Now then, I think the shot here, Eddie, surely is to place the cue ball in the middle of the table, take this one to bottom left and try and develop the yellow, because you've got that saver at the top of the table that you can't fail to be on. You've kind of got a free shot to get it out, haven't you?
You can play that shot, and there's no danger in that shot. You could also place the cue ball in the perfect spot for the double,
Yeah.
and just screw the cue ball back
Yeah.
so that you don't leave Murad a shot if you miss it.
Personal
And
preference.
if you get it, then it's definitely game on.
Yeah.
2 open balls, 1 over the pocket. But looks like he's playing your shot, and he's trying to develop here. this comes off, it's match over.
Oh, beautiful.
He's played it nicely.
Yeah. Very
So,
nice.
Yeah, as long as the cue ball tracks in between the yellow and the 8 ball here, which I think it will do, then it's game over. And he's played that at a lovely soft pace again. Very nice touch, Ceasar. Very soft hands by the looks of it.
Yeah,
There you have it.
he's got a lot of style about him, this man. I like what I see. It's very good. It's a different player to what we saw against Alex